Virgin Gang, hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Day 7, day 8 of the sting operation I'm on. The days are blending together. I can't really tell, but back on nights, back where I need to be. Old dude thinks he's seeing ghosts. None the wiser. I'm right under his nose, right under his taint, right where I need to be. The perfect spot to finish this operation. Real quick before we get started, I just want to thank y'all for 10 million views on the channel right here. This weird page, this duct tape page, this hodgepodge content page I got going on here. Thank you so much for 10 million. That's nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with the content. That's just you popping in here, giving me a little bit of your time, sharing your opinions, and just hanging out in here. I really do appreciate it, and I can't say thank you enough. I'll keep trying to make content for you, keep trying to be entertaining. Just thank you for hanging out. I really do mean it. Let's talk about this promo over here for a second. And I know people already look at this promo. The fear's already in some people's eyes. I've seen it happening the last couple of days. So this Meowth card right here, some people might not be familiar with it. I'll explain it real quick. This is the starter deck generations Meowth right here, this IR. IRs are all the rage. People were really looking at this card, and this was a very hot ticket item for a lot of people. Now, what made this particular Meowth special? It's just an IR. IRs are cool. There's not really a bad IR card that exists, but this one in particular has a nice little feature on it where the old heads are really losing their marbles to it. They're really fucking shooting some snakes out of them just in order to look at this card right here. That you may see it. You may see the little detail. I'll go ahead and spoil it for you. That little town formation in the background. I know that town anywhere, baby. That's Cerulean City, the home of the #1 rip-off bike shop in the entire Kanto region, and just Misty with her gym trainers that are not allowed to get out of the pool for 12 hours. You must stay in there. I don't care how pruny you get. I don't care if you get a cramp. You were staying in that pool for 12 hours and you were not getting out. But this card was considered a very high ticket item. There's a Wooper that came out kind of in the same vein with it as well, but the Meowth was doing a lot of heavy lifting for it, and people were banking on it. It was already getting PSA 10s and selling for anywhere from like 350, 425 bucks. That's pretty good for an IR. People were saying it's a Japanese exclusive. That is absolutely not true. There is a Korean version of the card as well, so it's an Asian language exclusive card. But it's stupid because like the Korean version, if there's a Japanese or an English version, the Korean just doesn't exist. It basically does not affect anything. It is beneath everything else. Just get that out of here. Korean cards doesn't even affect Japanese, doesn't even affect English. Get it out of here. So that's basically people were like, it might as well be a Japanese exclusive, right? Well, there's some error packs floating around, some Destined Rivals error blisters that have a Phantasmal Flames pack mysteriously packed away in them. Let me tell you, Phantasmal Flames has been all kind of goofy right here, but this pack right here, these lone packs sitting in these Destined Rivals blisters, someone opened one up, and they actually pulled this Meowth IR in English, which no longer has it being an Asian language exclusive, and it is now available in English, which means that one's just going to go straight up and straight to the moon. People that were actually banking on these PSA 10s being expensive in Japanese, they're already panic selling. I think I've seen them drop to like 300 bucks already, which is a $100 drop. I think they're going to go down a little bit more. I don't think they're just going to bottom out completely, but they definitely will not have the same $400 price tag, at least for a while, because the English one's coming out. This should not be a surprise to people, because I saw people that are going like, whoa, this is crazy. They put this in an English set. This is kind of nuts. They did that. They've done this before. There's been several instances where Japanese exclusives or Asian language exclusives have ended up in English sets. I don't know if you guys know this, but your favorite set, Fusion Strike, is basically an amalgamation of a bunch of different promos. So you got the Inteleon and the Gengar. Those alternate arts were in high-class decks in Japanese. I think it was like 1 in every 12 decks had this alternate art in it for the Gengar and the Inteleon. Let me tell you, no one even cares about that Inteleon one. That's a super cool card, but it's right next to Gengar. Stood no chance of being any kind of popular whatsoever. Real shame that. The Celebi and the Sandaconda, those were pre-releases from the Pokemon Center in Japanese. Basically just got those cards as a promo for picking up booster boxes of Silver Lance and Black Poltergeist, which is Chilling Rain in English. You just got those cards for pre-ordering. It was like, here you go. Here's some promo cards for you, big dog. And of course, the Espeon, that beautiful Espeon card. That comes from the Eevee Heroes Gym Challenge box in Japanese. That promo got yanked out and thrown directly into Fusion Strike, baby. And of course, we got instances like Stellar Crown, where the Squirtle and the Bulbasaur promos that were in Japanese got thrown directly into that main set, while the Charmander ended up being an ETB promo for Obsidian Flames, I believe. It's just, they take them out, they throw them wherever they want in English. This is nothing new. And people banking on language exclusive promos, especially like ones that have been around for a little. Now, let me tell you, people are like, oh, if it's got a couple of years, there's no way, because people are kind of doing that with simplified Chinese, saying that it's only going to be in simplified Chinese. I guess it's possible, but let me tell you something about this. So Japan, right? There was a nice card called Friends in Alola, and that card was a Japanese exclusive for years. years and years, that card was the only way you were going to get it, was from a Japanese box. It was like a premium box. It was like a premium collection one. It had a Pikachu promo, and it had Friends and Alola in it. And that card was pretty expensive for all. It was like $2,000, $3,000 for a raw copy whenever the fucking trainer boom was happening. Anything Naoki Saito touched just exploding. That card was going, I think at one point, for about like almost 10 grand. Like, people were willing to pay for that shit, and it has dropped substantially. Why did it drop substantially? Because a print of that card got released in simplified Chinese, and that absolutely tanked the value of the one in Japanese. Not to say that it's a cheap card. The Japanese one's still holding pretty strong at about 1,100, 1,200 bucks raw, with the actual PSA 10s going for a couple $1,000. Still not a cheap card, but man, it's not sitting as the juggernaut that it was before. It is entirely possible for Pokemon to just take any language promos and dump them into sets whenever they want. So people banking on like those promos specifically, I'm not saying this to scare people from buying them or anything like that, but if people are buying them purely for investments or something like that, just be prepared for one day for Pokemon to be like, yeah, I'm tired of this being a promo. We're just going to throw it in a set now. Like I said, Fusion Strike literally took a bunch of them and just fused all those promos into one set and basically called it good. They did it once. They can do it again. They can take promos from anywhere they want and just be like, yeah, the English set's looking a little fucking slim. Here you go, big dog. We're just going to throw these in there. Congratulations. Happy fucking Christmas. There you go. Bunch of cards in there that were promos, and they could do that at any time. It's one of those things where Pokemon, I don't really understand the rhyme or reasoning for doing what they do, but they're Pokemon. They do whatever they want, and predicting what they're going to do with specific cards is next to impossible. But as you can see, that card right there, it is now going to be out in English. If you have this card and you're looking at it purely financially, I don't know, maybe you want to sell the card. Maybe you want to dump it quick before it tanks down to a $200 card, $150 card. Who knows how low it'll go. That's one of those things where make your decisions, buy what you want. It's still a great card. I have a copy of it. I'd not pay fucking $400 for that or anything. I'll tell you that right now. But I'm not doing anything with it. I think it's a great card on its own. The Wooper is my personal favorite. I think that Wooper is fucking great. Anyway, that's all I got. Be careful buying and scooping up promos. You never know when you'll end up falling for a promo trap and they just start dumping them in other languages. Hey, English, we need this card. We need this card in the set. Just bring it over here. Bring it on over. And that one's going to be the most expensive version of that card because everyone loves English. And the hierarchy of English all the way up here, all the other languages all the way down there. It's just, it be what it be. I don't know why people latch on to Japanese whenever they feel like it's convenient in other languages, but they do. If they can get it in English, that's going to be the one that dominates whenever it comes out. That's all I got. Appreciate it, Virgin Gang. See you later. And yeah, cool Meowth. It's pretty cool.